Hey Skirt Tribe, I'm here with a beginner's guide to sari wrap skirts. I'm so excited if you've just gotten your very first skirt or if you've been wearing them for a while but need a little guidance on how to keep them secure, what to do when you want to wear the long layer out, things like that. So we're going to have some fun today, and that's really rule number one. Rule number one is just have fun. We have so many different tutorials, different ways you can style your skirts. You can add accessories, you can dress up, dress down. There's just no right or wrong way to wear your skirt. They're all right, they're all fun, they're all super cute. And you really get to express your own unique individuality. But it is kind of nice to know how to keep the skirt secure. I get a lot of questions and comments, and there's just like a lot of hubbub on the Facebook groups related to keeping that skirt secure. So when you are learning to tie your sari wrap skirts, couple of tips. One, if you're like me and you don't have like a lot of shape, the skirt's gonna slide up and down a little bit. It happens. It's frustrating. Can't do anything about it. It's the way our bodies are made. But you can just kind of secure the skirt at the smallest part of your waist to help with that. And then for all of us, if you're like pear shaped and you're trying to put the skirt on like a wide area of your body, you're gonna get a little disappointed. It is gonna ride up after you sit down for a little while. It's just the nature of the game. So they're silky, they're smooth, they're soft, they're wonderful skirts. But they do slide up and down if you don't have it nice and secure. And you're gonna wanna put it at the thinnest part of your waist. So your natural waist, typically, that's gonna be where that is. And then to secure the skirt, it's got buttonholes. Now some skirts only have one, some skirts have two. Most of them now are being made with 3. So I'm gonna use 3 today. And I'm gonna let you in on some tips. So let me get close to you. So often you have to pass the first buttonhole. So there's a buttonhole here. I have to pass that. If I try to put this through, let me show you what happens. So if I try to put the strap, we call these straps, through that buttonhole, get it all the way through here in a second. Okay, it's through there. Well, now I've hit the edge of the skirt, and I can pull some of that through, but it's gonna leave the hem wonky. Now I have a problem. I can't tighten this, right? Look, there's a big gap here. I can't make that tight enough to stay in one place. Now for mine, it's like over exaggerated. There's a big gap, got like, I don't know, 4 inches. Some of us might only have 1 inch, but that inch matters when you're trying to keep the skirt in one place. So if there's any at all overlap of the skirt itself to that first buttonhole, not just the strap, but the skirt covers it, skip the first buttonhole. Make your way around till you reach the next buttonhole. So that one's towards the back. Now I like to, let me turn here on my knees. I like to put the skirt through the part like touching me out. So I'm gonna go from the inside out here. And sometimes if you really need to look, you can scoot the skirt around to the front so you can see what you're doing. We've had some practice doing this a couple months on camera. Okay, so I've got that first one through that loop there. Okay, and now I have my under layer that also needs to go through a button hoop. And again, I have to pass that one because see, the skirt itself, here's the edge of the strap, passes that. So I'm actually gonna use that same button loop to put my other strap through. Behind my back. I'm not gonna crawl around on my knees the second time. I'm sure you guys know what I mean. So I'm also gonna do the inside out for this one. You don't have to do that, it's just how I like to do it. Okay, then you're gonna pull them tight, pull them all the way through. All right, now I have 2 straps, I'm gonna stand up, through that back button loop. One going in, or one going left, one going right. Pull them tight. And you kind of have to like yank it sometimes, really, to get it tight. And make sure you're pulling the opposite way, the way so like this strap went through, it needs to go, keep going that way so I can pull it tight. Sometimes you mix them up and you're pulling them like opposite way, but you gotta keep it going. You're gonna pull it tight, snug on that center part of your waist, and then to keep it in place, you're gonna find another button loop. So here I have another button loop here, and on this side. So I'm going to take the strap to the closest one it comes to, or the first one it comes to, and I'm going to go through again. And then on the other side, it was there a moment ago. Where did my button loop go? There it goes. And you gotta find it, it's underneath sometimes. And pull it through there. Okay, so now I've used all 3 button loops. Gonna re-secure, make sure it's nice and snug, and then I can tie a nice little bow here. Or you can tie a granny knot, whatever works for you. And then you can kind of position the skirt, like this one has this nice paloo on it, so I like this, you know, the paloo to stop here, have the skirt, I got the little bow here. It depends on your waist size on where that bow will end up. Sometimes if I don't like that the bow is like on an opposite side, like this, the paloo is here, but it's tied over here, I might take one of those out. Like I'm gonna take this one out of that buttonhole and then just bring the skirt ties to the side here so that it ties right above there. So you can do that if you wanted to. You can twist it, tighten the back, but this is pretty secure, so it's not going down. Like I can't pull this down. But what sometimes can happen is it just sneaks its way up, and it just happens. And then it gets lopsided. No big deal. I just take my thumbs and put it back where I want it to go. So that's a quick way to do that. So that's tip number 1, get that skirt secure. Once your skirt's secure, if you want to wear the long layer out, and it's got like shiny, this has omelet on it, so if it's shiny or if it has a specific pattern or maybe jewels, you can't just flip the skirt. So I have another skirt here. Sometimes you can do that. Like this skirt, I can tie it like this. I can flip it. The long layer looks no different if it's wrong side out or if it's right side out. Like literally they're the same. There's no, it's hard to see, but there's no difference in the coloring. There's no shine, there's nothing extra. So I can literally just put this skirt on backwards, quote unquote, and tie it the same way. But the skirt I'm wearing has that beautiful omelet on it, and it would look a little silly if I just turned it backwards. So this is just the tuck trick, where you literally just take that short layer and you tuck it through the waistband. Now this is a little tricky because the part that's wrapped here, you're gonna have to go underneath that one layer, because if you do it over that, it's gonna hide the ties. So go underneath there and just tuck it all the way in. Da, da, da. And then you just gotta come up under here and pull it down. Otherwise you just have like a little extra that, you know, might not be the most flattering look for some of us. Maybe you can get away with it. So I have essentially just tied the skirt as I normally would, and then I just tucked that short layer in. So this is how you can secure the skirt. There we go. This is how you can secure the skirt so that I got a little cut up here in the back. Secure the skirt around your waist and then flip that short layer under so it stays in place, but now you have the long layer out with the pretty shiny side. And of course the tie is always going to show a little bit. So those are my tricks for securing your skirt and showing that long layer out. If you're a newbie, I do like to use the buttonholes if I'm going to be out and about. I'll be honest too, sometimes I just tie it without the buttonholes, but the skirt will shift if you do that. Like you're gonna end up with one side higher than the other lower. It just happens sometimes. So those are 2 tricks, but remember, the number 1 most important rule is to have fun. Click to subscribe, go watch some of my other tutorials. There's tons of ways to wear these skirts, dresses, tops, vests, all different kinds of tutorials. I hope you had a lot of fun. That's a wrap.